See it? That is my inner lion right there. Hey magical beauties, today we are talking about being creative and how that's actually essential for having a happy life. So I'm gonna try to give you my best, psychological, spiritual breakdown of why it's important to be creative. And yeah, I think you're really gonna enjoy this. Okay, so today I did this was my creativity because I have a background of painting. I always painted in school. It was like in high school there was like required classes and I used to do painting, and one semester I did not paint and all of my grades actually went down. And so they noticed because I went to an amazing high school and they put me back in art class and my grades went back up. So are you already seeing how this can actually help you in a lot of ways? So there's been so many studies done. We have the left side of the brain and then we have the right side of the brain. And the left side, I know it seems like it should be the right side, but it's the left side. The left side's like, stress and like numbers and figures and logic and like, life. And that's necessary. That's really important. We need that or else we would like never get anything done. But we also have this other side, and the other side of the brain is creative and feels and spiritual and like so nice, And I think one of the major problems is that we feel like we are either, I'm sure you've heard this before, I'm a left brain person or I'm a right brain person. If you were just one side of the brain, then something would be wrong with you. Like that's not physically possible. We have both sides of the brain and we have to use both sides of the brain all the time. And I'm here to kill this idea of like you have to be one side or the other. That's really not helpful. That's like kind of like these super extremes that we're seeing in the world right now. It's just not healthy to be one or the other super extreme. The whole idea of being a healthy person is to integrate, right? To like bring it together and to be working uniformly. Right? So in the body, when, our cells, if they're not communicating and if they're not working together, bad things happen. Like people get sick, right? Like things start falling apart. So it's essential, even with our brain, to bring it together and to make sure that's working in harmony. So we all know about Leos. They love to be fabulous and like make the hair big and makeup and dramatic. So you can see I'm using the right side of my brain today, okay? But there are many studies, and I'll bring that full circle at the end of the video. There's been many studies that have shown that when people overuse the left side of their brain, they isolate, they get unhappy, they get stressed, they get anxiety. It's not good, okay? So today I just want to get you to use the other side of your brain, which is the creative side. If you hear bells, that's my cat. Okay, so how do you activate the right side of the brain? And let me tell you why this is important, okay? Do you ever feel like you have inner conflict? And a lot of times when we're looking at astrology, we're looking for that inner conflict because so many people have it. And it's like, oh, well, I have to be perfect, left side of the brain. And I have to have a perfect job and I have to make this much money and I have to do this. Left side of the brain. Or screw it, I'm gonna eat all the cookies. When I said cookies the other day, you guys really responded to that. I got so many messages. Everyone was like, oh my God, yes, I eat cookies when I'm stressed. You and the rest of the world, it's okay. But the right side of the brain is going to rebel. Listen, there has to be balance. There has to be balance and they need to learn to work together like friends, okay? So let's just say you had a stressful day. Now, my goodness, have I had a stressful week. Handled it very well, but at the end of a stressful week, the worst thing to do is to be like, okay, we're gonna just keep pushing on. We're gonna just, like hand sanitize and clean the house and make sure everything gets done. Don't do that. You can do that, but like first take a pause. Take a pause and do something fun for yourself. Because you remember when you were a little kid? Did you care? Did you care about the bills? Were you happy? Like little kids are usually very happy beings. They're also very creative, very sensitive. That's all the right side of the brain, okay? And so what we need to do is basically get back in touch with that. And that a lot of times resonates within the right side of the brain. Another way of saying this is inner child work. And I know a lot of you have heard of it, but maybe don't know what to do with that. It's just about learning to have fun again. And, there's only so many ways to de-stress. But another really important thing to show yourself and to program yourself, and this will affect you on a cellular level, okay, is that when things are really awful or crazy or stressful, don't just sit in that. Don't just be like, oh my God, this is awful and I have to figure things out and I have to solve this and don't do that, okay? Take it in increments. Be like, I'm gonna do what's in front of me, but then tomorrow or today, I'm gonna spend an hour doing my makeup and listening to music and the soundtrack from Beetlejuice and dancing around my living room and having fun with my cat who keeps escaping, and just like make space for yourself, so that you have a positive and a strong intrapersonal relationship that is your relationship with yourself. We don't learn this in school, okay? So welcome to the school of what it is that I'm going to teach you. It's called How to Actually Have Control in Your Life, how to like make your life really good, okay? Really happy. And if I'm where I am today, from where I came from, I promise you I can teach you some stuff that's gonna get you away from the ledge, Xena, and towards happiness, okay? I promise. It's not that hard. It's actually fun, okay? So let's talk about fun things to do. So makeup is one of the things that I enjoy because it's kind of like painting, but on your face. It makes me feel cute, and I'm a Leo, so of course it's just drama. I like it. I love it, okay? Get dirty and messy. Like I want to go into a lake or, I don't know, mud fight. Who knows? It's just innocent fun. You know the type that I'm talking about that you did when you were a little kid. So I want you to think back to when you were a little kid and some of the things that you used to like to do, okay? I want you to give me at least 5 things, and I will wait, that you used to do as a kid that you really enjoyed, as young as you can imagine, okay? I'm gonna give you time. Do, 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 do. Are you thinking? Keep thinking. Do 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 do. Dum da dum 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 dum. Okay, so 5 things that you like to do as a kid. I love to swim. It was so fun. I would do it anytime again. Loved it. Okay, so swimming is big. I like to take baths as a kid. I don't know about you guys. I used to put the TV in my grandma's like bath and watch novellas. I enjoyed it. It was fun. TGIF. That was our night, okay? Makeup, hair, nails, always, right? So I guess I was a little bit girly. What about you? What did you like to do? I'm listening. When's the last time you've done that? Oh, okay. So we could see why you're a little stressed. You need to have some fun. And maybe it's painting, and maybe it's chasing around your cat or your dog. Maybe it's playing on the trampoline outside. Whatever it is, just have some fun. Ride a bike. Do whatever. But don't make it all about what we do as adults, which is drinking. What is with like the glasses of wine? We're always having a glass of wine or coffee. Like our lives, let's aim higher, okay? Let's try to have a little bit more fun in this lifetime, okay? And I get it. It's COVID. It's challenging. But could you paint on a piece of paper? Could you draw something? Could you doodle? Could you write a poem? Could you sing? Could you hang out with your friends that are quarantined? Whatever it is, yeah, you can still do that. And this is why it's so important, okay? 2 reasons. Obviously, balancing out the brain. You know that feeling when your brain is just like, I physically can't take anymore, my brain is shutting down? It's actually not your whole brain. It's usually one side of the brain. So if you want to have more energy and more mental focus, you need to balance out your brain, okay? So if you're constantly having that experience at work, you're working from home and you're like, oh my God, this is so frustrating, make sure that you're doing something to stimulate the other side of your brain, because then when you sit down and work, it actually happens quicker. You're more effective. You're a better worker. Oh my God, the more fun that you have outside of work, the more fun work actually becomes. Like attracts like. It's magic. It truly is, but it works, okay? So please, please, please do this. Secondly, What's really important when remember I said something about inner children? So we have inner children and they are not affected by all of the stuff that we went through. Okay, so it's this little, I call it the soul inside of ourselves. It's our spirit, our soul, our essence. And we came into the world and we know what we like and we know what we don't like. And we really want to have fun with that. When you're moving towards your soul, you're actually doing purpose in the world. You're doing your life purpose. You are reaching your destiny. So it's really important that you start to do a little bit of inner child work. It's fun, it's innocent. Just make sure that in doing this, what you're trying to do is you're trying to connect with that side of you that didn't have any of those experiences. So how do you do this? You have to start by having fun, by letting loose. That's a really good start, okay? Secondly, you can journal, you can do other activities. We can talk about that later, but just right now, I want you to work on incorporating either weekly or daily into your life some type of activity that doesn't have a monetary value, that doesn't produce something good in your life besides really substantial mental and spiritual health, okay? So I think that this is really important. And when you're doing that, you're going to learn so much about yourself. Like I learned something about myself doing this makeup today. Yay me, and I want yay you. So please do yourself some good today. Have some fun. You deserve it.